So it's just the same thing we're talking about. Just the same fact of being able to carry them along wherever they are, meet them where they are, to take them to where you need to take them to, you know. And when you have the mic, there's a lot of things you can do. You know, you need to be their voice, you know, and it pains me sometimes, you know, where people in churches and probably another place abuse the fact that they hold the mic and use the opportunity to beat people, you know, and all of that. When you hold that mic, you're holding on behalf of everybody you're speaking to. And you have to then be the voice of the voiceless, right? And people have to be able to see you as seeing them before they can listen to what you have to say, right? All right. So here it tilts your mirror. What it was just trying to emphasize is if you have a difficult message to pass to someone, being skillful at saying things that might be difficult to receive, maybe things that might be people don't like to hear, it might be a bad news, it might be a reprimand. Uh, you know, just thinking about using Nathan as an example, Prophet Nathan going to tell David that he has committed adultery. He didn't go straight to telling him. He had to give a story, right? A story as if he was talking about another person altogether. And David pronounced judgment on that person, not knowing he was pronouncing judgment on himself. So there are different ways of being able to address difficult messages that you pass. You know, you always, when you are communicating, you must be sensitive to the people you are trying to communicate to. Because communication is not just making an announcement, right? It's about wanting that whatever it is that you want to say gets to the person you want to say it to, right? In such a way that they will receive it and do the things you want them to do as a result of the communication, right? That is your objective. If they are not able to do that thing, then you have not communicated. You have just made an announcement, right? Because what you want to do is get them to do something. You must then ensure that the way you say it will bring that to pass. And like we said, one of it is associating with them where they are, feel what they feel. Then you're able to take them to where you want to take them to after they have accepted you, as it were. And lastly, here, just talking about, and I have something printed on top of one of the others. But yeah, just speaking freely is just the fact. It's just trying to emphasize the fact that we should just say the message, the way it is, in an authentic manner. Really, is another word to still bring here. Don't preach like who you are not. If you're a black man, just say the way. Just be you in passing the message. You know, don't try to be who you are not. And that's the whole summary here. Is don't try to be who you are not. You know, just preach it. Say the way you are, because you're talking to fellow human beings like you, not robots. You know. All right, that's the last slide. Any question? Then we'll see how much of the workbook questions we can handle before we call it a day. Any question before we go into the questions? And any question for me?
No question.
No question. All right. Chidi, any question?
Not necessarily, you know, talking about being your authentic self, being your real self, you know, looking at the slide they put up, don't be too young or too old on this stuff, you know. The most important thing in holding the mic is ability to communicate. I don't necessarily need to speak like an American or speak
Absolutely.
like a woman or this. It's just for me to pass on the issue. You know,
Yeah.
what most people want, especially when they are in some certain country. Let me take, for instance, North America. They tend to try to speak like them because people say that they have accent. For goodness sake, everybody has accent. Okay,
Absolutely.
if an Igbo man speaks among the Yorubas, he will discern easily that he's an Igbo man, or you know, not of the same tribe. So I've been in a situation, you know, when people say, "Oh, you have an accent," I say, "Oh, you too." I smile and say, "You too." And the person have reason. I was like, "Oh, I never knew I had accent." Okay, yeah, you think you don't because you set the exam and judge for yourself. So you should allow that to set and judge for you. So yeah, we just need to be real. The most important thing is pass the message and be real about the message, and also seek for feedback to be sure that people got your message. I think it was a great read, and believing that not dropping the mic will help us communicate freely, transfer knowledge, also learn. Because that you're holding the mic doesn't necessarily mean you should not pass it to others to speak as well. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks. Appreciate that. Good one. Well, let's run through. Go ahead.
Also, what you're saying is like you should not be too old to learn and not be too young to learn. And I think that's one of the things about some of us Nigerians is like, when you learn, do something else. Why don't you do IT? Why don't you do, some people, you just want to stay stuck to what you know, what you're doing, but never it's not that mentality that you never be too old to learn. I have friends who are 10 years younger than me, 20 years younger than me, because I love to learn. I like to see how they do things. I'll ask if I come into your house and you change something, because I have a photogenic memory. I know that there's something strange in that house. So I will ask. I always ask questions. So like she said, never be too old to learn, never be too young to learn. And also, if someone tells you that, you speak, you have an accent, that just means that I speak a different language.
Absolutely.
So that's our kids. It's okay. It's okay. Just that I speak a different language. If I have an accent, means I speak a different language, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
So and that's true. So my takeaway from this is that let's not be too old to learn. Let's never be too young to learn. Learn to be better. Learn to be better. Every day is an opportunity for us to learn to be better.
Absolutely. I'm an engineer, right? But right now I'm a farmer. I do own a good acreage of farm, and I'm planning to even buy more. So see, I'm not just staying as an engineer. I'm a farmer. I'm not just a farmer. I'm also going to be processing some things. We just finished just did our first batch of gari that we just processed here. And there's a whole lot more to do. So I'm learning. Send you. All right. Yeah. So we'll look for avenue to send there.